Thank you for your time, Brandon. My name is Mike. I'm a student at Great Basin College, and I am here to interview somebody who has a few years of social work experience or field. Can you tell me about your current role?
Yeah, my name is Brandon Lite. I am a person with lived experience in recovery and substance use, homelessness, and institutions. I started in this field early in my recovery journey at about 9 months clean, and I was lucky enough to get hired as a case manager working with children 0 to 18. And there was some homelessness in there as well. From there, I moved on to outreach case management with Hope of Southern Nevada, working with the homeless population. That's kind of where I found my niche. Moved on from there to here at Vegas Stronger, where I act as a clinician and the manager of case management.
And what does your typical day look like for you?
Oh man. I don't know if you can see this board back here. There's a lot of things that I oversee. Usually first thing in the morning I come in and open the plethora of spreadsheets that we have that track clients and services, and I make sure those are up to date. Along the way, every now and then there will be an email or a phone call that comes in for crisis that I didn't have to call back or answer, to then log in this handy dandy notebook for our CCBHC. Plethora of meetings throughout the day. For example, today came in, did the spreadsheet, handled some crisis with some people housed over at the Regency, walk over there, to then work on this plethora of paperwork for leases and things, and then went to go visit another sober living to make sure that it looked well enough to house people at, to then come back here and get back to more paperwork.
What are your biggest challenges or stressors?
Oh man, finding enough time to get everything done that I would like to do. At this point, the biggest struggle is making sure that I'm okay. When you add on school and second job and hobbies and everything in the way, I found that this week I've been exceptionally tired and less motivated to do stuff. And when I take a look at it, I worked 70 hours plus full-time school, went straight to Reno, took a class, and then came back to work 70 hours in full-time school. That's a part of it. And
That's a lot.
finding self-care seems to be the hardest part.
All right. And how do you manage stress or prevent burnout?
I have a plethora of hobbies that I make sure I do no matter what. I play video games, I go fishing, I have a boat, I ride motorcycles. I do as much of this stuff I can to disconnect as much as possible. Outside of that, I have a calendar on my phone that I use to track every single thing that I do every single day that helps with stress. And then little tiny things thrown in there like these stupid fucking balls that you shake around so I'm not clicking the pen the entire time like I might have been doing now we do the interview.
Thank you for the curse word during this interview. What education or training best prepared you for this field?
It's been a lot of hands-on training. Hear something, reverse engineering, figure out how to do it. But truthfully, classwork has been the biggest learning experience for me. Every single week, I learn something new, and I come back and try to apply it to what I'm doing. And along the way, it's built.
Okay. How does culture or diversity affect the way you approach crisis intervention?
Culture is a huge part, whether people realize it or not. Well, for example, I have a small understanding of other people's culture, but at the very least, it gives me a talking point to start with to build rapport, which is the A in ABC of crisis intervention. but it goes a little deeper. Someone from a Latino descent may be experiencing a crisis because family involvement is a big value of theirs that may be hindered at this point compared to someone from my American white culture where family isn't really a big thing. So understanding that going in, that might be a direction I would take is to talk about family. Opposite, when we're talking about, what's the PC term, Chinese culture or Asian descent, being shameful for having a substance use or mental health problem or being homeless, might be experiencing the same thing.
Okay. And how do you adapt your approach to different backgrounds?
It's based on what the client needs. There was a client in crisis, starting to act out in group and use and what we needed was blood work, right? To prescribe a medication in order to help stop this fucking cycle. And he would get really weird when he talked about the blood work. And finally, I said, why does that, it seems like it draws something out of you every time we bring it up. Why is that? He said, well, coming from a Native American culture, giving our blood is wrong. Right? He's like, I can't get this medication that I need unless I give this blood, and it feels weird. And we were able to take a different direction from that point. When everyone just called him non-compliant and kick him out.
Mm. What kind of advice would you give to students new to this field?
Take it slow. Be plenty of time to do everything that you ever wanted. Because eventually you'll set the bar for yourself, right? Like you're learning about DAP notes right now. You'll do amazing DAP notes and you'll set the bar up here for yourself and the people you work for. And then you add on some other stuff. Now you're in charge of this paperwork. So now you have to have the bar up here and then you make a bar up here, and eventually there's going to be a limit to what you can do because you set the bar so high for yourself and all these other things. But it didn't need to be that high at all. Right? So you work yourself into uselessness.
And what skills are most important in crisis intervention?
Rapport building. That first step of showing the empathy and the compassion and finding in some way that you can relate to the client to get them to feel trustworthy and open it up. Because nothing can happen after that point unless that trust is built.
Okay. Well, I think that's all the questions I got, man. Thanks for your time and your insights. Appreciate you.
Thank you.